All right, guys, let's go. It is time for none other than Maxpax from Storm Gaming, the online king, the Danish prince, the bubble boy, up against Kua in the top right. We're representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Now, for those who don't know, Kua, one of the best Korean players, finally won a GSL last year, the year before that. When was it? It was sometime in the last 2 years. He finally got that GSL championship. He's been a very regular top 8 player in the GSL and a guy who's won some international tournaments as well, looking really fantastic. He was the online king for a long time himself, but he's always played at LAN. He's always played in pro teams, whereas Maxpax, on the other hand, there's a lot of theories because he's only about, I think, 17 now, maybe 18. So he's been coming up for a while, but he doesn't go to LAN tournaments. Recently, things have reopened with Katowice. He declined to go, even though he had a very high seed into the World Championship, declined to go to Valencia. So there's a lot of theories. Some people are saying, because we've never seen his face, we've heard him commentate on stream and like kind of, do little interviews and stuff, just like mini ones. But we haven't seen him. So a lot of people think he's a Danish prince. Some people think he has like really religious parents that keep him locked up so he doesn't, commune with Satan by playing dangerous video games. I think he's a bubble boy personally. So I think he has like, he can't travel just because autoimmune disease or something. So he has to like, stay isolated and stuff, or it's dangerous to travel. All we know for sure is he's a beast of a Protoss player. And even though he's not going to any of the big LAN tournaments, he's still crushing online and everybody's very scared of him. Now, Q is not SCV scouted, so he's playing a bit of a greedy build, the old Command Center Marine Factory opening here. And he actually delayed production on the barracks to get the Command Center down super early so that the probe couldn't block it. So a cute adjustment from Q. But that's something that Maxpax should know. He doesn't know. He does not actually make that read off the Command Center timing. So otherwise his Zealot would go straight across the map, which would have been more effective. As it is, Zealot into Adept, getting chronoed out. We've got Warp Gate. That tells us this is going to be a Twilight Council build. Otherwise, he would save the Warp Gate gas, get the Stargate down immediately. But Adept's coming out. Another Adept gets chronoed as well. Now, he's got to get in there before this Command Center is finished, guys. Only 20 seconds. I think he's waited too long. And that faster than normal Command Center, Maxpax missing that read is going to allow that to finish, I believe. Yeah, and that's that. Zealot gets on it right now. It's going to be done in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. No, SCV hops off. Is the Adept going to get it? Oh, he gets it! He gets it, Command Center. Oh my god, and then the Zealot is actually in. Oh, we could have turned the Zealot around and stopped that from raising up. As it is, he's going to try and stop the Stargate from building. Does get that extra SCV. Can he get one more? Oh, Q a little too slow on the SCV micro, but Maxpax hanging around with his Adept way too long. And that is a bit of a problem for him, but... Ooh, the other Adept arrives and he's allowed to fight now. 2 Adepts do very well versus Hellions. And look at that, he's even shading aggressively. What an absolute Chad gamer, really keeping Kua on the defense. Now Kua's going to a Widowmine drop. He's repairing, he's going to make the orbital. He's skipping SCV production because he's so broke right now under pressure. So not a bad opening for both players. I think Maxpax here with the 8-worker lead, though, looking good. Goes straight DT Shrine afterwards. And he's going to go DT drop even. Oh, very cool. And the Adepts are just like, okay, let's go. And he's like, hey, there's a Widowmine there. Let's do it, man. Gets 1 Marine. And now he can just take out these SCVs. This is a huge problem for Kua. His opening is getting hammered. And oh my god, he's going to get that Widowmine as well, right? Oh, yes, he is. Okay, that Adept can go on into the base and be very annoying. Hellions are here. Good wall off, but he could... Oh, Q not microing. He's just got to target it. He's too busy. He surrounds and kills that, but all he needed to do was target the probe, and he could have walked in there, I believe. Now, this Adept is going to hunt down the Hellion. Maxpax actually winning the kind of APM in the micro war here, but Widowmine drop is coming across, and the Warp Prism has not started. So, oh, there it is. Never mind. The Warp Prism is going to go warp DTs in. His Tech Lab's almost finished, so a Raven could start up soon. But he's going to have about 20 seconds of Dark Templar in his base, maybe 30 seconds before the Raven is out. Widowmine drop coming in could do huge damage. Maxpax, you need to react. He warps in a Stalker, shows us he is watching, and he should be sending 2 probes back there right now. But, oh, he's busy warping DTs on the front right now. He says, no, I got to do damage. Hellion could do big damage on the natural as well. Anything to kind of cause a bit of extra damage there. DT walks in. The wall off is up. Oh, he's going for the bunker, but he's not quite in yet. He's not targeted the SCVs. 1 Stalker goes down. The other Stalker going to try and do some damage. Kua saves both Widowmines. That DT doing massive damage. Can he get this depot down? I think he can, guys. There's a DT in the main. That one does get scanned. He saves it, though. Saves it with the Prism. This DT is just running amok, and that engineering bay did not finish. It's 25 out of 25, but it did not finish. Widowmine drop is like 1 hit from death, so he can't really use that to keep doing damage right now, and these DTs are tearing it up, man. The Raven comes down, but that means this drop could come back in. The bunker easily going to fall there. Unupgraded Marine's not going to be able to chase that down, and here we go. Look at that. He drops the scan. Maxpax is like, okay, I'll just fly away then. No worries. Kua in big trouble. He's down 14 workers. Third base is on the way. Now, Blinker's not started. That is definitely something Maxpax would like to be going for. However, Archon drop might be higher priority. Now that... Oh, I told you guys that's 1 shot from death, that medevac. He goes for it anyway. A very dangerous maneuver. And good spready on the probe. The other one does shoot the guy on the gas, so it doesn't really get anything. The Widowmines go down. Medevac gets out of there. And he's going to go for the single Archon drop. Charge is on the way. Ooh, that opens up some very powerful follow-up attacks. Viking is here, though, and the Viking will be able to push back this Archon drop. If you can get some hits on that, that'd be nice. Gets 1 hit on the Viking, does 25 damage there. Remember, much less damage if you're not hitting biological units on the Archon. Plus 10 damage here on 0-0. He's going to warp in another Archon and a bunch of Zealots. He's just going to try and bust the front. That Prism definitely needs to regenerate its shield so we can drop Zealots over the wall. And maybe with the Archon. Or maybe drop the Archons and focus down the repairing SCVs. The wall is not up right now. He's got to wait another 30 seconds till charge is done. So Maxpax definitely has to chill a little bit. How many gateways has he got? 1, 2, 3 right now. So it's a 3-gate Zealot Archon attack. This is kind of crazy, man. Gets a few hits down. Doesn't really achieve too much. Stalkers poke at the front. He's looking for the attempt to snipe the Viking. More Zealots warping in. 7 charge lots, 4 Stalkers, 2 Archons. It's a powerful attack, but the Prism does need to regen some shields. Charge is now finished. That depot being down, a huge mistake for Cure. It's going to cost him, man. That gives the Zealots so much extra surface area, and this is going to be a deadly attack. The Stalkers should be moving in right now. Oh my god, the Archon splash on the repairing SCVs is huge. The Zealots going up the ramp, and look at that. Q is just going to have to tap out. Maxpax with some powerful Zealot Adept aggression to start it off, and just rolling over him with that Dark Templar drop to follow it up. Very nice play. All right, guys, let's go. We got Maxpax down here. He started out game 1 fantastically. Up here in the top left, Cure. It's Cosmic Sapphire. It's a pretty big map. So once again, lots of drop angles and that sort of stuff, which can be worked. It's a bigger map, so usually Terrans enjoy smaller maps for their push paths, but I kind of get the feeling that Cure actually enjoys playing these kind of spread out maps like Data Sea. Maybe it's just because I saw him crush so hard on that map earlier. Now Maxpax is going to go for the gold base, or is he just... Oh, he's going, yeah, straight to the gold base. Okay, very cool opening. Now, it looks like he's going to go Nexus on the gold pre-Cybercore, right? Look at how early this probe is here, guys. Wow, so he's rushing that gold base up. Q is not scouting. These gold bases are very dangerous on these maps. There's one here, there's one on Stargazer. I mean, they're out in the middle of nowhere. So that really is a... It's dangerous. It's hard to defend. But on the other hand, if you're going to play like Zealots after this, my god, it can be powerful. Charge Zealots with that extra bit of minerals from this gold. Oof. Get a 3rd up here, take a 4th here. You just expand along this straight line on the bottom. So he goes Nexus, then Cybercore, then Pylon, and then Second Gas. Now that's interesting, guys. So he gets his Cybercore pretty quickly, so he can still get a fast Adept across the map. I'd say this is certainly going to be a Twilight Council build, not a Stargate build, just because of the delay on that Second Gas is pretty hefty, and that would really mess you up if you were playing Stargate. But he wants to go Zealot into Stalker pressure. Q is building a bunker. Good for him. That means he should be completely safe against this. That bunker will finish kind of as the Zealot arrives. And the Reaper's also being very conservative, hanging out at home. So going factory behind this, reactor after marine, Second Gas, really old school, just stock standard build for Cure. He's just, you know, he's cut a corner by not SCV scouting. And other than that, it's just solid opening. Oh, there's a Zealot there. Cure leaves at the wrong time, mate. But the bunker's finished. It's fine. Zealot's going to be a little annoying. Gets a hit off on the SCV. SCV does ring around the bunker. Pocket full of drill. And, yeah, SCV does a bit of a dance there. Now, you can't really chase him down. Cure lets him in the base! Cure! What are we doing? Okay, people were saying Cure seems a little bit off. That depot raise definitely was sloppy as all hell. The Zealot on the natural starting to cause a ruckus. Cure is going to lose some SCVs. That's a good surround. Meanwhile, he does get in, and oh, good reaction by Cure. He's going to avoid getting surrounded. Maxpax lost his Zealot. His Stalk is just denying mining, but not really killing anything. While this is still a big nuisance, and that third unit, way out of position. Oh, he gets the probe, though. That's a bit of a mistake. And it looks like the Stalker goes down to the Marines, the Hellions. It tried to run out past the bunker, did not make it out. As the dust settles, that looks like a better trade for Cure, but there's a gold base up behind it, and so I don't think it's too bad for young Maxpax. He's got a Stalker at the gold. He's got another Stalker popping out here just as the Hellion comes in. Shield battery's almost done as well. He's going to go for a third gateway. I would imagine 4-gate is going to be the play here. Oh, good spreadies on his probes, mate. He's going to lose one, maybe two, but with the shield battery, there we go. Does only lose one probe, not too bad there. Hellion scouting this, and finally Cure realizes, okay, so you have the gold base. Now, he can either try and turtle this up, or he can try to get a push going onto that gold. Consider he's building a tank and a Raven. I feel like just turtling up might be the way to play it. Maybe just do like Raven harassment and build a third CC after the second barracks. Knowing Cure, guys, he's a guy who doesn't really adapt that much a lot of the time. He's just going to have faith in his build. Like, I'm saying what I would do. Looking at what he's doing. He's playing just stock stand. He's just going to do a straight up 3-racks Raven tank push to that bottom left base. He's going to build a third barracks as well. So this barracks will go on the Starport Tech Lab. The third barracks will go on this Tech Lab. And I think he just goes into Widow Mines after 2 siege tanks. The factory will swap off, build a reactor. The Starport will swap off, build a reactor. This, to me, looks like he's going to hit probably about 745 down here. 2 tanks, Raven, Widowmine, and he'll be dropping the main base with other medevacs at the same time as pushing towards the south. Now, Maxpax, he's got charge. He's got a blink on the way. He'll no doubt be going straight for charge. He's already queued it up. And he's going for the Forge, the third base. He's only on 3 gateways. And here we go. Raven harassment will now start. Good Stalker warp in. 3 Stalkers warp in. Doesn't pull his probes immediately. There we go. Gets 1, 2 probes go down. The Raven takes a few shots. Oh, it gets a third one. 4th one. It's actually in range of the guys on gas. So 4 workers, not too bad. But the Raven can't get past. I'd like to see Maxpax leave a Stalker here just to stop that Raven crossing over for the rest of this game. But he's actually going back to the front with everything. And I do think that's a little bit of a mistake for him. On the other hand, maybe looking for a bit of blink-in damage. As I said, guys, factory builds reactor, Starport builds the reactor. It's just... Q is like, nope, follow the build. I don't need to adapt to your gold base. And let's see. For me, this really is Q saying, I'm going to do my standard thing and do it well. Let's see how good you are at StarCraft. And I think Maxpax, he should be good enough to punish this and come out on top. Good micro. He didn't lose a single Stalker there, guys. He got a few Marines, delayed a depot building, picked off an SCV. But you know what? Equal workers, even with the gold base there. It's like, hey, Terran's mining a little more whenever he's got mules down. We're just getting our gateways up. I always give the benchmark if you want to go to 8 gateways before 6 minutes, guys. It's 6:15. And he's only now 6:17. His last gateway goes down to get him to 8 gateways. So it's a little slow. The Warp Prism tries to drop in the main, but there's a turret there. The Bio does zone him out. Still no third command center started. This is so committed to 2 base for Cure. Cure's grabbing his army. He's got all of his upgrades finishing in the next 30 seconds, right? Stim, shields, +1 just lagging a little behind, but he's got medevacs out. He's got tanks. And yeah. 1 tank stays in the main, 3rd CC starts there. Maxpax will see the army move out. He wants to kill the tank. There's an auto turret harassing his natural. Good pickup micro by Mr. Cure. Oh, look at that though. Great focus fire on the Marine. So 3 probes go down. Not too bad there. The Raven can come right back in. And that Raven is such a useful tool. Look, it'll just do it one more time. Let's see. How quick does Maxpax respond? Only loses 1 probe. That's pretty sick, but he sends them back too quickly, so he's going to lose 1 more. Actually, that one popped out. 2 more, 1 more. Stalkers in the main. No, that's a Zealot warp in, but the tank stayed there, as did all of this. And maybe he should have continued in the mineral line. Could have got some tank friendly fire on the SCVs. But he's in trouble right now as Maxpax. He's on 8-gate Zealot Stalker, and the way Q is kind of posturing like he wants to push, but not actually committing, does feel to me like Maxpax needs to start that 4th base very soon. And if he's not able to, he could get in big trubs. His Zealot count kind of sucks. There's only 10 Zealots out. There's a big Bio army coming. And, I mean, you've got some batteries which can help with your Stalkers. You've still got Zealot run-bys that can hit the natural. He loses the Observer, but Cure, clean, calm, methodical. He says, you're the one who's always worried about the push coming. I'm just chilling here, dude. And look at that. Great play by Cure. Missed the force field there. And I think he's going to need a Zealot flank to really do something there. The bunker will go down. Bio comes in from the main base. Bunker does fall. Army there, ready to pick off. He's going to go for it. The fight is Maxpax. Ah, those Widow Mines, very painful. And you can see there, he's in tank range. He's got to be careful when he's in tank range. Force fields go down, but he's a bit shy on the Zealot count. And that looks like a game win for Cure to me. I really think, yeah, it's just, you're not able to really get on top. That being said, 13 SCVs go down to these Zealots. Cure was tunnel visioned on the front there. Finally cleans that up, but more Zealots are going in, and DTs as well. Oh, he could warp in a DT at home. There is a Raven here. The Stalkers need to pick that off. Oh, my lord. Widowmine tank fire, absolutely deadly. Remember, he never got a 4th base up behind this. There's no way he can give this base up. His Zealots just get blasted by the Widowmines. There is a DT in the natural, but it's a bit too little too late. And Cure there actually plays such a calm, slow style. And he was never planning to push that fast. But there were so many pushes that are scary and available. And Maxpax kind of was nervous and worried about it. And Cure was like, nah, just gonna keep building my army. Just gonna keep building my army. And if the Protoss is too afraid of going up to that next step, getting that splash damage, they feel they can't make it there, the longer you wait, the bigger your bio ball, the better that's going to trade up against their units. The Widow Mines, with a good setup, wreck the Zealots. The bio wreck, you know, everything as they get to big numbers. The tanks get nice positions. The Stalkers really fall off quite hard. And while Cure does take some economic damage, he's still at equal workers. His 3rd's down. And, I don't know, Maxpax trying to come in from both sides. He says, if I can catch this army, then maybe I can do it. He gets a medevac, gets a few Marauders down as well. But a good pullback. He joins with the big blob of units. And Cure says, get out of here, dickhead. Prism rotates to the right side. Maxpax trying to do this with the Blink DT. But he doesn't have a 3rd base. He's 2 base versus 3. He's got next to no army. He's basically saying every DT needs to be an absolute game-winning hero right now. Each one of these needs to be Aragorn. He's just like, I could totally fight 4 ring wraiths at once, right? Like you know, he's just like, yeah, I've got a burning stick. I'll throw it at your face. Unfortunately, he ran in and just got shot. These ring wraiths have guns and stim packs. Not a fair fight, bro. Observer goes down. And Maxpax will hang in there and drag this one out. But yeah, interesting to see that the gold base, it's a nice leveraging move, but it always... One of the things is if you can make the player who takes the gold think you're going to attack into them and posture like you're going to for a while, but not. Sometimes the Protoss or the Zerg or whoever took the gold sits at a lower worker count massing army, and if you attack too early, they get the fight they wanted, they win. But if you drag it out long enough, the gold base is not that big of a boost, and if they don't get splash damage to deal with you, well, we see what happens there. Battery overcharge on the Archon usually is super sick, but that's just too much bio. They gun right on through it and absolutely smash face. GG. All right, guys, let's go. We got Sidestorm Gaming's Maxpax in the top left side of the map. Cure in the bottom right. It's 1-1. We're going to Moondance. Now, we actually just saw a really cool move by Beyond earlier today. Cure didn't do it here. Where basically you start the depot and you actually bring a new SCV to build the barracks, just so rather than spending the second moving off the building, the depot from like here to start the barracks, you can get it started the second the depot finishes. And that's powerful on a map like this because you can then rally your Reaper out, jump across, get into their base very fast, and kill a bunch of probes. Now, this is why Maxpax is like, I know I need to play Cybercore before Nexus. Super greedy to not do that. Like, if I go for just straight away Nexus, that Reaper's going to have 10 seconds in my base just tearing apart workers. It's going to be a good lead for him. So, good build adjustment by Maxpax. He's going to try and block the command center. Notice right now is when Cure has 400 minerals, so every second he blocks this is huge. Does block it about 4 or 5 seconds there. Not too bad. And does pull back after that as well. He also saw that there was barracks in the wall. So yeah, he doesn't even need to see the 2 gases because he saw that 1 gas is missing. And that's all you need. Tells you that he's not double gas. Command center also tells you that same thing as well. SCV going home, as is that. The Adept is on the way. The SCV, I believe, spotted the wall out. Yep, the wall off. So Cure should know to be very, very cautious. All right, Adept's coming forward. All right, here we go. Oh! Oh my God. Okay, go, 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 Reaper. Okay, no, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to risk. I forgot you can't actually jump there, can you? Because there's like plants and stuff, right? I kept thinking that was the ledge, but it's actually not. He's trying to get up there. Yeah, this is actually a funny thing with this wall off. You can't jump there. We saw Beyond vs Maxpax last week of the exact same issue where he's like, "What the hell? Can I seriously not jump up here?" So a bit of a funny thing. I believe they are currently working on correcting the Reaper paths right now. We heard the ESL admins talking about that one. Now this Adept comes in, doesn't manage to deny the command center, but just distracting, being annoying. And it looks like a single Hellion and Marines building 2 at a time. 2 damaged SCVs hiding in the bunker with that Marine. 1 man with gun defending them. Adept does shade out, realizing that, of course, things are getting dangerous. Maxpax is going Stargate right now. Neither player knows about the other player's tech. They can definitely infer, hey, you probably went Factory. Hey, you probably went Stargate, just based on what they've seen, but they don't know for sure. So Reaper Hellion look like they're probably going to sacrifice themselves to dive in. There's only 2 Adepts at home. If he had a 3rd, he'd completely shut this down. With 2, he should still be able to block it. And in fact, he's looking at, yeah, potentially jump forwards and chase those units down. Looks like a Widowmine drop building up. And Widowmine drop up against Phoenix. That's a build order advantage for Maxpax. Phoenix, if you hide them, you can shut that down. That's why these guys want to scout this so badly. So there we go. Now that Kua scouts it, he's going to hide his Widowmine drop in the corner of the map. Or maybe even just use his Widowmines defensively. And here we go. Medevac just popped out. Uh-oh. Oh, he's actually hiding them next to the starport. Very cute. Okay, so watch this. This Phoenix is going to struggle to see that, dude. That's really hard to see. Got to be careful, but yeah, I think he sees that one on the edge. If he moved them both slightly to the right, they would have been a bit better hidden. And it looks like the Widowmine drop is kind of pinned at home because of this. 3rd Nexus goes to the front. We've got the fast Robo, and Robo Bay down at 4 minutes 34. So straight into Phoenix Colossus play. Not a bad way to play it out. Something Raynor favors this style a lot, and he's been looking very good in this matchup. Really difficult to kill. We see Raynor fall way behind in games. I think it was actually Raynor versus Kua. He was talking about this at Home Story Cup. He's like, oh man, you guys always do this. Even Pig puts up this game of like me versus Kua. He's like, wow, look how amazing Raynor's Protoss is. I'm playing at 4 a.m. I'm so tired. I played like total shit. And I'm like, I'm just like watching and laughing. And you know, he's like, yeah. He's like, well, I did almost win some of the games, you know. The games did go for, there was like a half hour map where like I almost beat him. Still, I played like shit. I'm like, yes, that's my whole point. You played at 4 a.m. with your off race. You're almost beating Kua, man. But I think Kua was really good at getting ahead versus Raynor in that series. The real difference between the two was that Kua wasn't good at finishing the game off, and Raynor just turtled to a crazy work account. I don't think Maxpax will play quite like that. It's not really his style. Raynor plays Protoss where he just gets a silly number of bases economy and then just gets sick production and tries to overwhelm with mass gateway swarm. Not really Maxpax's style. He likes to... He's kind of... I've always looked at Maxpax more like a Korean Protoss. Gets the tech advantage, wants to use it straight away, wants to push into his opponent. Oh, good volley. Gets a medevac to half-life. That's real good. Gets a few more shots on the other one, but does take some damage on his Phoenix. It's a lot of Widowmine Marine, guys. This is a very scary army to be dealing with if you're going Phoenix Zealot, but if you've got a Colossus, you're going to be very happy. And Kua, he sees the Colossus with the scan. He saw that walk through the zone. So he should definitely be like, oh, okay, I'm not really going to do anything. I'm scaring you, but that's it. The Colossus can come down and potentially deal with this. Where are the observers, guys? We've got 1 observer at the front. That's it. And only 1 Robo. The question is, does he go for Stargate Carrier behind this? He's still building Phoenix. He's getting +1. The question is, if we go Twilight, then obviously it's going to be swapping into Zealot Archon, more of a standard ground style, which is what I'd expect right now. Twilight to go down at any moment, maybe a second Forge. If he does go +1 air weapons, though, second Stargate, that's where you know he's going to play Super Turtle. Armor on the way. 4th and 5th barracks are up. 3rd CC did build in the back. Now, this does miss 1 or 2 mineral patches, in fact. But it's a very easy to defend base. I wouldn't have minded Kua taking a front base. 5 barracks are up. He's pumping bio medevac. Definitely going to probably look for the multi-prong. Poke the right, poke the left at the same time. And there's lots of pylons, which are free kills, free pickoffs that could be taken. And remember, he's got an observer. He's going to pull that observer back. This is really smart for Maxpax. He needs to kind of track this army and where it is exactly so he can deal with it. Twilight Council is on the way, and he's going up to 8 gateways. Maybe even higher than 8 gateways, actually. Yeah, 10 gate. 3 Colossus and Immortal, 10 gate, warping in lots of Zealots. Charge has not even started yet. And look at that. Comes in, starts clearing up probes and pylons on the left. Probe and pylon on the right. He doesn't know about that top pylon, otherwise I think he'd go for that as well. Where's that charge, mate? Maxpax needs to get that charge started. It's a lot of movement on this map that he's got to worry about right now. He's got to remember that charge. His observer spots this army, which should give him a little bit of calm. He should be like, okay, you're not pushing in right now. He's kind of got his army split decently. Defending a fourth will be difficult. Oh, he's forgotten charge completely. That's a big problem, guys. It's such a late Twilight Council with this build that you can kind of feel like, oh yeah, I'm at the stage where I go for other things. And it's like, no, dude, you're actually at the charge stage of this game. You need to get that charge right now. Hopefully he realizes in the near future as he moves his army around. But often you're so busy looking at your mini-map, looking at your upgrade, at everything else, you don't look at your army. You don't notice that these zealots are moving around until the fight starts. It's when the fight starts that you're like, oh shit. And that's when you suddenly realize. So you know, if you're a Maxpax fan, you really want Kua to push right now just so he makes Maxpax realize what he's done. For those who don't know, Maxpax already won the EU Cup earlier today. He's looking for 2 in a row. He's going double forge now, +2 attack. He's been very attack upgrade focused recently. And he still doesn't have a 4th up. He could just take the 4th in the back. It looks like he's considering doing that. Yeah, he's going to do it now. I probably should have done that earlier. Oh, extra turret does get rid of his observer. So he loses a very important observer there. He's not building more of them. And man, he's only got 1 there. He's going to move that over with the Phoenix. Still no charge. Oh god, this is a disaster for Maxpax. Because Kua, he may be down in supply, but he's going to be maxed in the near future. He's probably going to hit a 2-2 timing. If you don't have charge before Terran has 2-2, oh, you're in trouble. He realized! Guys, he realized he just started charge and chronoed it. Okay, let's go back to everyone's camera. I think it's in time. I don't think Maxpax necessarily has any plan of pushing right now, but dude, he actually maybe could kill Kua. If he had charge right now and just maxed out on Zealot Archon, he could probably kill him. Because there's only 2 Vikings. Oh, he could 100% kill him right now. Oh, if he was planning to do that, and now he has to just take a 5th and macro up, that's such a bummer. Second Forge is here. Maxpax finally listening to me backseating him and shouting about how he builds his forges normally in completely different screens. Now he's got all of his chrono structures on one screen in one very safe area. I love it. Much more intelligent positioning than what he was doing before. Colossus get a few shots off. Army on the left, army on the right. He's got 2 Colossus on both sides, a second Robo. His Nexire coming up. Maxpax is good. On the other hand, where are the ghosts? He's got 5 out. He doesn't bother with cloak for them, but who cares? He's got enhanced shockwaves. 2 ghosts there, 3 ghosts there. That's 5 ghosts. It's enough to blanket an army with EMP. He's got his own 5th command center going down on location. I still think this is a pretty decent spot for both sides. And it all comes down to the technical engagements in the late game, which I don't know if they're going to be that technical, really, because, I mean, this looks like a ground style. Where's the DT shrine? Yeah. I'm like, dude, there's no air transition for Maxpax. He needs blink DTs. If he's not going to play air, he needs the DTs so that he can do big backstabs, run in, snipe some planetaries, do some big boom booms. Fusion Core's on the way for Kua. Now, a lot of players keep getting Fusion Core and forgetting Range Lib. I'm very critical of Terrans. It's such an important upgrade, but they keep forgetting to build it, so hopefully Kua doesn't make that mistake this game. He's zoning around pretty well, but he's actually got a much smaller army than the Protoss Force. Like, if Maxpax just jumps on him, he wins that fight. But this triple drop could do counter damage. Maxpax is just going to go for it. Good EMPs to start, but there is so many units here. Not that many Phoenix, though, guys. He's only got 5 Phoenix. Now, they're doing pretty all right, but I think Maxpax realizes, okay, I can't chase too far because I don't have vision in the bottom left of this map. I don't know where the rest of your army is. And also, I got EMP'd, so let's let those shields regenerate. +1 armor's on the way. Definitely needs to get into his plasma shields, his +3 attack, all that stuff. Needs to round those upgrades out. Right now, Terran's on 2-2, and look at that. He goes for the run by Kua, just going high risk, high reward here. That's a crazy play. He could lose this whole army, man. The army of Maxpax trying to close in on him. Maxpax is maybe going a bit ahead of himself, though. He's got to wait for the Colossus to deal with that. Army at home looks like he's going to get ransacked. He sends back only the Phoenix. That's not enough to defend this. That 6th base will go down. Doesn't cancel it. Meanwhile, triple drop Q is being kind of hard to pin down, and I think Maxpax, he's getting a bit of a boner. I don't know. His army's getting real messed up right now. Can he defend this? Zealot warping in the main. He's got some units there. Okay, so he'll defend his 5th. Oh, the Phoenix are here. The Phoenix plus the Zealots on top of this. He's going to focus this down. A lot of Zealots warping in. He's got a battery there as well. Does his army at the front defend? Oh no, his Colossus didn't win that fight. You're kidding me, guys. He recalled a bunch of Colossus there, but it was only 2 of them. He's lost 2 of his Colossus to that bio army. That I was not expecting, but he shuts down the army in the main. The Phoenix are coming down. I don't know who's winning these trades. That tells us Q is crushing the fight, and yet Maxpax is still way ahead in supply, but there's a lot of Zealots in that supply, and the upgrades are in the Terran favor. 3-3s on the way. We've now got +2 armor starting up. Maxpax will catch up on the upgrades eventually. Feels like he's playing a bit sloppier than Kua. I really feel like Maxpax sometimes looks like a god in this scenario, and sometimes it looks like he's just kind of overstepping way too much. I think for him, observers are what he's missing right now. I really feel like he needs more vision to pick his fights. Oh no, this is not a good battle for Maxpax. He's going to just charge into a terrible angle. He does get 2 ghosts with the disruptor shot. He's building 2 more disruptor shots, and the Zealot warping in the main could be big. I'd like to see him click on the Fusion Core personally. I think that would be great if he could take that one out. He's losing a few units on the retreat here to the Bio, to the Vikings. Chasing up a ramp, though, is very dicey. Zealot run by is doing well. Cure, he changes his rally point there. Will he be able to gather up? Disruptors are here. There's 3 disruptors. I don't think Cure can shove through that. So Cure better go back and defend his base. He's lost 8 SCVs. The Zealots are there. Oh, DT's on the right. They could come in from behind as well. Okay, they could actually do some very good damage, but he loses all 4 DTs. I don't think Maxpax was watching that. And there we go. That Prism needs to pull back on the left side. Oh, no, 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 no. Watch out, mate. Disruptors do get a few units, but not that many of them. One more disruptor could be good here. Oh, gosh, darn. He's taking some real damage. Prism does pull back down there, but I think Maxpax just took some awful engagements. He needed to get back to the safety of the static. He went too far forward, and Q were able to just bait him into some very bad engagements. And I think he's just got to pull back and really get back into control of the game. For Maxpax, he's thrown such a big army away there. And I mean, you could just see the units lost tab. Q is kind of baiting him into these awful engagements and outplaying him with the map vision. And this isn't because Maxpax is a bad player, but it's because I feel like one of his big weaknesses is sometimes in these high pressure situations, he's unwilling to pull back with his army and just put some more observers out there. Get some more map vision. I know he's got libs coming in, but he's not really got libs coming in a real significant way. Yeah, he's got range. He's only got 3 of them. I think Maxpax absolutely had time there to get a few more observers out, track where the army is, set up some Zealot run-bys, some DT run-bys. But he tried to kind of shove on the front while doing the Prism in the main. And when you're ahead and you've done everything really perfectly up to that point, great way to win the game. But when you're on the back foot like he's been, that's not how you want to be doing it. And look at this. He's trying to defend with DTs, but there's scans coming in. He's thinking about blinking on top, but no, that's not going to work. He's going to have to blink away, if anything. And here we go. Zealot DT. He's going to try and blink on top of these units. Don't think that's going to work, man. Stalkers will come back to defend. Maxpax down about 70 supply. Cure is so good in this matchup. And look at that army on the top side coming in. Libs are going to say, oh, hello. You sure you want to go through these lib zones, mate? Those disruptors in big trouble. That cannon will take out one of the libs, but the base in the top right goes down. The army in the back has bled out so many of his probes, so many of his units. Only a handful of Stalkers and an Immortal are left. And Cure, he's just basically got this one in the bag. Disruptor's going to get a big hit or 2 there. At least a bunch of Ghosts and Marauders do go down. Good hits for Maxpax, but a little bit too slow to get there, I believe. The DTs blink in on this base, unable to get that planetary. And Cure, man, devastating him, overwhelming him. I want to watch that fight one more time really quickly, where Maxpax lost his whole army. So it looked pretty close at this stage. But look at the way he keeps getting baited into these fights. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. He's got to save the Colossus, but he's got nothing that shoots up. And the Bio is just kiting him out for days. Really well played by Cure. Maxpax chased way too far. It was 3-3 versus 2-1 upgrades. That upgrade difference really made a huge difference in this series. Well played, Cure.